Nobody screamed at you. There were no broken plates, no names, no bruises, nothing you could point to. And yet, something was wrong. You felt it in your body before your mind could name it. That low, constant hum of wrongness, like a radio signal just slightly off frequency. You kept adjusting. You kept trying to tune in, but the wrongness never left. This video is not for everyone. Most people will not recognize what I am about to describe, but some of you will feel seen for the first time in years. Pay attention to your body right now, because what I am describing is real, and it already happened to you. You were never told you were crazy, but you felt crazy. You were never told your memory was wrong, but you stopped trusting your own memory. You were never threatened, but your body lived in a state of low-level threat. Always. That is not an accident. That is a system. You know the moment things shifted. You cannot name the exact day, but there was a before and an after. Before, you felt like yourself. After, you spent enormous energy trying to get back to before. You noticed the small withdrawals first, the slight change in tone, the pause that lasted a half-second too long, the way they rolled over and went to sleep while you lay there shaking. You told yourself it was nothing. You told yourself you were sensitive. You told yourself you were asking for too much. 3 adjustments, all internal, all pointing the same direction, inward, toward you, never outward, toward them. That pattern is not a coincidence. It was trained into you. Here is the mechanism most people cannot name. Covert emotional control does not work through force. Force creates resistance. Force creates clarity. Instead, it works through confusion, through inconsistency, through the strategic withdrawal of warmth, and its strategic return. Psychologists call one version of this intermittent reinforcement, but it goes deeper than that phrase suggests. The goal is not to hurt you. The goal is to make you responsible for the relationship's emotional temperature. Every moment of warmth becomes a reward you are trying to re-earn. Every coldness becomes a failure you are trying to diagnose. You stop living your own life. You start managing theirs. And here is what makes it almost invisible. They never say this is what is happening. They say the opposite. They say you are the most important thing in their life. They say they have never felt this way about anyone. They say they are committed. And sometimes they mean it. Or they believe they mean it, which is far more disorienting than someone who simply lies. Because now your mind holds 2 realities simultaneously, the one you experience and the one they describe, and you cannot reconcile them. So you assume the fault is in your perception. This is what is called cognitive dissonance as a control mechanism, not the textbook version, the lived version, where you genuinely do not know what is real anymore. Watch where this shows up in real life, because it is everywhere. At work, the manager who praises you publicly and corrects you privately in ways that feel off. You can never quite catch what you did wrong, so you work harder. You try to anticipate. You shrink. In friendship, the person who makes you feel chosen when they are present and confused when they pull back. You find yourself monitoring their mood more than your own. You reshape your words before you speak them. In family, the parent who loved you and punished you with equal intensity, unpredictably. Your nervous system learned to scan for signals before it learned to speak. You are still scanning. In romance, and this is where it runs deepest, the person who made you believe you had finally arrived, who then slowly, quietly, made you responsible for maintaining that arrival. Every request for your own needs felt selfish. Every emotion you expressed became a problem to be managed. In all 4 contexts, the pattern is identical. You begin managing their emotional state instead of inhabiting your own. You mistake their comfort for your safety, and you cannot see it from inside. That is the mechanism's single point of brilliance. It requires your participation, and it gets that participation by convincing you that participating is love. Here is what you can actually do with this. Not a system. 2 specific shifts. First, locate where your energy is flowing. Right now, in any relationship that feels off, ask yourself, am I tracking my own experience, or am I tracking theirs? If your attention is almost entirely on their state, their reaction, their approval, you are not in an equal relationship. You are in a managed one. Second, watch your internal explanations. When something hurts, notice your first instinct. If your first instinct is always to find the flaw in yourself before you consider the flaw in the situation, that is a trained response. It was not always there. Something installed it, and anything installed can be examined. Those two shifts will not fix anything immediately, but they will begin returning your perception to you, and without accurate perception, nothing else is possible. Here is what I will leave you with. The people who do this are not always monsters. Some of them are in genuine pain. Some of them do not know they are doing it. Some of them would be horrified to see it clearly. But here is the thing that should stay with you. Whether they know it or not, it worked. The confusion was real. The self-amnesia was real. The slow substitution of their reality for yours was real. And knowing that someone did not intend the damage does not undo the damage.